UPB invited the dynamic duo to perform for the school, and it was a really great idea. And they also selected 5 students from the performance circuit to open for them. And slam poetry, in case you didn't know, is not exactly poetry per se as you would think it is from English. It's more spoken word, verse, like something you would hear every day on the streets. It's much more relevant and important to today's kids. So.
The poetry just heard, that was amazing.
Came to do a show. You know, we got booked to come and do a show, and it was a lot of fun because we get to drive through St. Cloud a lot, but we don't really get to stay. It has one of the prettiest names in the universe, so it was nice to come hang out finally. So.
I'm really excited we have them. We've had spoken word before, but not as high energy as this. I mean, sometimes they just slow you down, but it was really entertaining and it was inspiring.
Well, I come from a traditional poetry tradition. I am a creative writing major, and so I grew up with Sylvia Plath, Yeats, John Keats. And so this kind of poetry is still kind of new for me. And it's really refreshing to see some people do it, and not only do it, but do it well. And the dynamic duo is just fabulous. They do it perfectly, and I love their style. It's very interactive with the audience. It's great. And I love their uses of language. It's phenomenal.
For me, it's I would say it's a healing tool. The poetry that we do, and I've been blessed to hit the road with Ken for like 8 years. It literally saved my life, and so the fact that we get paid off it is just an added bonus, you know. But like without it, I don't know where I'd be. It gives me an opportunity to connect with people that I normally wouldn't, and get some things off my chest and off my heart that would probably sit there if I didn't have it.
Usually I hope for like a really good turnout, but if it wasn't as huge as I expected to be, then I really hope for people who do show up actually enjoy themselves to the fullest, and which I'm excited for because everyone who showed up seems to really have a good time, and that's what counts.
The best thing about performance poetry is that anybody can do it, and then especially when you see it up close like this, it gives you an opportunity to feel like you can do the same, you know, and the importance of standing up and telling your story is honestly one of the most important human experiences you can have, and so making the art form accessible and letting people know that they can do it, I think that's largely what a lot of people will come away with from it, the idea that they have stories. If you relate to a story that you heard one of us tell or one of the other kids on the open mic tell, then that means you can go home and do the same thing, and people will listen to you. That's the big shocker. Working with young people, you notice that about them. You know, they the moment they realize someone will listen to them instead of them having to just sit somewhere and listen, it's a very empowering thing.
The cool thing about slam poetry, it doesn't really have a particular genre. You can do anything in slam, so you can have that soft voice. You can also have that loud, boisterous voice. It's kind of it's just a style thing, you know. However you feel, you know, you should put yourself out there. The cool thing about slam is that it doesn't know any real boundaries. So we like to scream. Screaming is kind of awesome for us when we're spitting our poems and using humor and also talking a lot about childhood and reminiscing a lot as well, and being really descriptive and using music and beatboxing and all these other mechanisms, you know, to get the idea out. But the cool thing about slam is that you can do whatever you want. And it's empowering. It really is when you know that you can connect with an audience of strangers just by getting your feelings out, however way that might come out, whether it's a soft whisper or song or yelling at the top of your lungs.
It's always good to know that you're not the only person out there writing and wanting to perform. You know, there are others with similar interests and people who appreciate what you do, and it's a great feeling, and I hope everyone gets that from this tonight.